We are inside the world headquarters of Callaway Golf in Carlsbad, California, and it's time to talk putters. When we have that conversation, why not bring in the world's foremost expert, Sean Toulon? It's good to see you, my friend.
Nice to see you, too. How are you?
I'm good. And getting to the green is enough of a challenge for us amateur golfers.
You bet.
We still have to get that little white thing in that little hole.
We do.
You've spent a lifetime working on that very challenge, right? What's the latest and greatest? What's happening in the world of Toulon Golf and Odyssey?
Well, we've sort of come to grips with a bunch of different things that we had been working on. And what I mean by that is we have spent so much time working on getting the ball to roll better, faster, more overspin, which is great. And it's effective. And we've spent a lot of time trying to get golfers to align better. Golfers are really, for the most part, they're bad at that. Even tour players are not very good at it. But then when we started to do more research and digging deeper into, are we really focused on the right things? Really your report card is, are people getting better or are they staying the same or getting worse? And what we found is they're not getting better to near the degree that we would like them to be getting better. So something else is going on. And I know this will be shocking, but what we uncovered with our research was the reason why golfers aren't getting better is because they don't have very good putting strokes.
What?
Yeah, right.
Get out of here.
So there's an old adage in club fitting that says the golf club helps to create the swing, which I think is really true. Golfers are smart people, and they'll start to react a certain way. In a lot of cases, if a club is poorly fit, you'll see that really manifest into some sort of a compensation in the golf swing that's not good, trying to make that piece of equipment work. We looked at it the other way. If it can be a negative impact or negative effect, then there should be a way where we could design a piece of equipment that would actually help you improve your stroke. That's where we've been spending our time, and that's what 2019 and beyond is all about for us, called Stroke Lab.
And when we talk about that in the context of putters, we're talking about micrometers of adjustment, right? We're talking about 5,000 frames per second video where you can see how the ball reacts. So we're talking about technology not just in the putters, but in the ability to measure what's happening. You've had a breakthrough in how to look at all of this.
We have. So to your point, we're here at the world headquarters. The amount of equipment and diagnostic tools that we have to really be able to measure what's going on, I've never seen anything else in the world like it. So we come from a very fortunate side there where the R&D budgets that we have here are pretty incredible. But when we started to really look at why golfers are not getting better, it's because they have massive inconsistencies in their stroke. So we started to look at, what's causing that? And what we did is we went and looked at really sort of the history of how putters were made. And what's happened is putter heads, when Ping was dominating putters, the putter landscape in the late 70s, early 80s, a putter head would weigh about 280 or 290 grams, very light. Today, they're about 350 grams. So they've gotten massively heavier. That's really been in reaction to big changes in agronomy. When I was a kid playing high school and college golf, if somebody said the greens were 10 stimp,
crazy,
it would throw you into a tizzy. We just had Adam Hadwin, and he said, until they tell me they're 15, I'm fine, right?
15.
So think about that.
That's a bathtub.
That's very quick. So what's happened then is the head has gotten really heavy, so that's changed a lot. The shaft really hasn't changed at all. And then in 2012, there was this phenomenon called superstroke that happened, where these big, fat grips came out. The difference is the grips are not heavy. They're not 75 or 80 grams, they're 50. So what we saw is heads got really heavy, shaft stayed the same, grips got lighter, swing weights went from a steady diet up from about C2 or 3 way back when to all of a sudden they got to F3. They just got to the point where they're uncontrollable for a golfer. So we went back and just totally rebalanced the putter. So the big breakthrough is really in the shaft, and that's really what golfers are finding, I think, really rewarding with the new product. So this shaft, a typical putter shaft, weighs about 115 grams. It's been that way for long as I know. I've been doing this for 35 years.
They've always been kind of the same?
Always
in that range?
Always pretty much the same stiffness, same thing. This now weighs only 75 grams. So what we wanted to do to help you improve your putting stroke, we looked at, is there a way where we could really improve or impact in a positive way the moment of inertia of the entire putter, not just the head, but so what if I'm going to make the head more forgiving, inertia going up, I'd take weight out of the middle and I'd move it to the sides and I'd make the head a little bit bigger and it twists and turns less. So think of this the same way. This used to weigh 115 grams and now weighs 75. And so we took that weight that was in the middle and we took it and spread it to the ends. Different than counterbalance, which just adds weight. This removes weight. It's a really important difference. Removes weight from the middle. We actually made the head a little bit heavier, now about 360 to 365 grams. And this grip weighs about 65 grams or so. We have two different ones, one that weighs 65, one that weighs 75. And in the butt end of it is a weight that brings the grip and the weight combination to 105 grams. So the weight's gone like this. The head now is way more imbalanced. The swing weights have gone way down, about 10 points down. So golfers will feel a little bit more controllability in just the head itself. But we see things like just the dramatic improvements in consistency of the length of your backstroke. As the putter comes back, the position of it off the ground is about 20% better. The length of your backstroke about 21% better. Your ability to get the club face back to square at impact, almost 15% better. Geeks like me, we get excited when I tell you there's a 2 or 3% improvement. This is crazy. So it's a true, and people say it all the time, but I would say that this is a revolution in putting.
You also mentioned that golfers often suffer from alignment issues. And so we have some visual aids here. We have the 2-ball behind you that you can grab if you like. So
of course.
You're trying your best, I know, to dial in the eye line of the golfer.
We are. And golfers really will be impacted by different types. Some react a certain way to lines, some to dots, some to lines on the top, some to lines in the flange. It can be pretty much anything. But the real breakthrough on this is the insert or the face technology is definitely designed to get the ball rolling well, better than ever before for us. Different alignment features to really help a golfer and really help a fitter, help the golfer get into the right one, the one that he aligns the best. But the biggest change here is we've gone all in with Stroke Lab. So every putter that we make now in our line for 2019 has this technology. And it's been a game changer. Our tour counts are way up. Tour wins, we've already won, I'm going to guess now, 7 or 8 times. This shaft won 4 times as a prototype. I don't think in Odyssey's history that's ever happened.
Wow.
And now, I mean, we've got more than double the wins of our next closest competitor. So it's just been a dominating start to the year for us.
It's fascinating, and I would like to think that we're nearing the point where my user error will be negated by the technology. And in just the last few months, as I've employed Stroke Lab and the EXO line in my world, along with the triple track technology on the ERC soft, I've fallen in love with it. It's really changed the way that I approach putts. And I think that alignment issue is being addressed very effectively by both putter and, in that case, the lines on the ball.
Yeah, I think so. Over half the golfers now around the world use a line to line up. And the triple track technology, 3 lines they're measurably easier to line up than just one. But hey, for us, this has been just an unbelievably cool journey. But, you know, we have our biggest breakthroughs when we make sure that we look at development of new products through the eyes of golfers that are struggling. Tour players struggle too, so to a lesser degree maybe than you and I do. But when we do that and we put the needs and desires and the thoughts of the best players and the average golfers, just golfers around the world first, we see our biggest improvements.
Sean, it's fascinating. Thanks for your insight, your expertise.
Yeah, you bet.
And the next birdie putt that I make, whenever it happens, I'm going to give you credit.
Thank you. So I'll take it. Thanks.